Good morning, welcome to episode 5 of the Blue Fern Yarns podcast. My name is Shannon and I'm coming to you from Norwich in Norfolk in the UK. You can find me on Instagram, Ravelry and Facebook as Blue Fern Yarns, and you can also find me on my website bluefernyarns.co.uk, where you can buy my hand-dyed yarns, higher knitting needles, crochet hooks and notions, and handmade stitch markers made by myself. If you're new to my channel, welcome, and if you're returning, thank you for returning. Don't forget to like and subscribe so you can follow me and my adventures in knitting, crochet and any other crafts that I kind of pick up, because I do like being a bit crafty. So today we've got some knitting, so I'm going to jump straight into my whips. I don't have any finished objects, but that's fine because I've had a bit of a casting on party over the last 2 weeks where I have just basically cast on a couple of things, but we'll get there. I'll show you what they are. So first of all, I'm going to show you my Adventina shawl, but first up, it's a project bag made by Bailey Bop Designs. I've raved about these so much, and she is bringing more and more stock, so you can see that you've got little pockets and a little eyelet, so I attach my rings for my stitch markers and progress keepers, and they're big enough to fit like at least 2 skeins easily, maybe 3, and also your work, so that's always a good thing. So onto the Adventina shawl, we'll go with wrap. It's a pattern by Katrin Schubert, and I think it's designed for your Advent calendar, yarn advent calendar, and it suggests 24 colours, and it is massive. So this is my one. If I come all the way back, you might be able to see it is massive. So can you see all of that? No, not all of it, because there's some up here. So last time I showed you, I was up to this progress keeper here. So I haven't done too much, but it is a bit more. So I'm almost on my way to being completed, which is fantastic. I'm not going to go through all of the colourways because we'll be here forever if I do that. So what I'm going to do is just go through the colourways that I've just added. So here was just a random blue colour that I had dyed up. It's very close to Pacific, but it's not quite Pacific. Then I have got Peacock, which is just the next one up. And I have only just joined on this charcoal colour. It's not one of mine. I think it's a leftover from a Mr. B yarn that I had bought for a different wrap that I'd finished. So yeah, you can just about see that I've only just cast on the, or joined the charcoal colour just there. But I am loving how this is turning out. It's going to be gorgeous. It's going to be really, really warm because I think I'm going to be able to wrap it around me a few times, which will be good for winter, because winter is on its way, unfortunately. I love autumn. I wish it could stay autumn, but that's not going to happen. But yeah, so that is the first one that I've been working on. On to my next one. So you may have seen before that I had started the Vertices Unite shawl, and just project bag is just another one that I've got from HobbyCraft, where I just attach all my badges. You can see made by penguins just there. This is a history mystery one, a couple of yarn ones that I have, oh, and Dog's Trust, which was upside down, but it's now right around. But yeah, you may have remembered that I had started the Vertices Unite one. So I had finished section 1 and I had started section 2. So it is just here So section 1 is the yellow and grey, and then you've got the 2 greys, so the lighter grey and the darker grey for section 2. You can see that I've actually finished section 2 now, and I'm super happy with it. I did start on section 3 with concrete, which is what my colourways were that I was going to use. So the darker grey in this is concrete, just see if you can sort of see that, and it's with the yellow and it's with the lighter one as well, and then the light one is my Silver Fern yarn, and the yellow is Turmeric, which is one of my favourite colours. And yeah, it just didn't work for me. So you may, if you do follow me on Instagram, you may have seen in my stories that I asked people for advice of a different colour. And a lot of people came back with either a very dark blue like navy or teal. And I have picked one out, which is just here, sorry, my stash. Or one of my stash, because there's some up here. So I have picked one out, and it is a one and done colourway that I've done, because I've tried to recreate it, and it's this gorgeous dark navy blue. It is fantastic. Look, that is about true to colour just there. So yeah, I'm going to do that in section 3, or section 3 in that, I suppose. That's probably a bit better English. Whatever. So yeah, I'm going to do the blue with all of that, just for section 3, and then go back onto the yellow and grey. Yeah, I think I'm happier with that than just another grey. I'm kind of feeling a bit greyed out at the moment. I think it's probably because I'm doing my Slipstravaganza in grey. This is in grey. This one's just joined a charcoal colour. So yeah, I'm feeling a bit greyed out, although I am wearing a grey jumper. I do wear a lot of grey. Don't know if that's a good thing or not. But yeah, so I can't wait to carry on with that one now. Feeling a bit happier with the colour choice, so hopefully that one should move along quite nicely. And I mentioned Slipstravaganza, so I've actually taken part in that. I only learnt to knit in March this year, which I can't believe I'm doing a Slipstravaganza from Stephen West as a mystery knit along, MCAL. And I've got quite, well, if you don't want to see what I've been doing, I will put a time down in the notes below so you can skip along, just in case you haven't quite done it. I've only done section 1 in full and most of the bonus one. I haven't started on section 3. I was hoping to start on section 3 on yesterday, so Saturday or Friday night, when the clue came out, but I decided to go over to my friends and we may have drunk a little bit too much. So yesterday was a complete write-off for me, and I hate doing that. Hate losing a day, because I just feel like I've wasted it, and that's not very nice, is it? So yeah, so anyway, so that's why I've only done a little bit of the shawl. So I'm going to do, first up is the project bag. So this one is my project bag. It's a large one from Bailey Bop Designs. It's called her Grello design, because it's grey and yellow. And it's got like a drawstring on there. You've got your pocket as well. I can't quite see the pocket. So you've got your pocket just on there. It's quite a deep one, this one. So I've noticed that nothing really falls out of it, so I quite enjoy these. You can fit, so I've got 4 skeins in the bottom here, so you can sort of see that it only takes up that much space. But you can fit 8 skeins in there easily and your work, and quite a large project as well, so ideal for jumpers, maybe blankets. probably blankets, to be fair, as well. I don't know. Basically, they're massive, and I do have a couple more in stock still on my website, so head on over to bluefernyarns.co.uk to check them out. But yeah, love it. So here is my Slipstravaganza, so I will put your time down so you can skip along, and if I can I'll put it on the screen as well so you can just skip along if you'd like. I have only done, as I said, section 1 and most of the bonus clues, so here it is. It's not very stretched out very much, and it's curling a little bit, but here it is. So pretty impressive for only learning to knit this year, I think. I mean, I might be biased because it's me and it's my knitting, but yeah, I love it. Love the little hexagons, so when that gets blocked, hopefully they will look more like that rather than just sort of squished oblongs. Yeah, I am a little bit disappointed about this bit, because I used my Blackberry Roulade yarn, which is a mix of white and purple. I will just take it out and show you. It's a gorgeous, gorgeous yarn, but it just doesn't show up as well. So I think if you are making a Slipstravaganza, contrast colour 2 should not be a mixed one, personally, unless it's really, really bold and bright. And mine's not, unfortunately. It still looks lovely, don't get me wrong. I love the little pop of colour that you do see, and I think it will show more in some other sections. So I've seen a sneak peek of section 3. I won't say it, so then just in case you haven't seen it, but yes, I think hopefully it will show up a bit more in another section. And the colourways that I'm using, they're all my own colours. So you've got the grey is concrete, you've got this lighter colour, the lighter pinky purple is called Misty Rose, and you've got the darker purple is Blackberry, and then obviously you've got Blackberry Roulade just here, there we go. So yeah, I think hopefully that will show up in later in the shawl a bit better. The needles that I always use are my higher ones that I do stock. I totally recommend them. I've tried using a couple of what they called Knit Pro ones, and is it Pony? Is there one called Pony? I think so. But either way, I just like the higher ones. They're so flexible. They don't catch your work in any way, and they're so lightweight. It's bizarre. I've not used anything that lightweight before, and I just think they are brilliant. And I think that most people should be using the Knit Pro. No. Should be using the higher. Oh gosh. Obviously trying to rush through a few things. But yes, definitely the higher stuff is big recommendation from me if you like to knit, basically. I've also got higher crochet hooks. Again, they're the only ones that I use because they are so lightweight. But yeah, so now we're going to go on to some crochet that I have cast on. So I have got 2 crochet projects on the go. First up, project bag, as always. It's my party animal one that I bought from a company called OOAK, who are based in Barcelona, and I just love it. I will link their shop below. It's just a bit of fun. I love it. I absolutely love it. I think it is brilliant, and they do some fantastic things. So they do bags. I I think they've just started doing socks, and they do loads and loads of t-shirts. What else do they do? I'm sure they do some other things. Jumpers, like sweatshirts type thing, with amazing prints on them. But yeah, definitely recommend checking them out. Their shipping is really quick as well. I think I ordered my next project bag, which I will show you in a minute, about 2 weeks ago, and it arrived in less than a week. And I thought, because of Barcelona, it's a little bit further afield, I thought that maybe it would take a bit longer, but no, not at all. It happened really quick. It arrived really quick. So yeah, I just think that it's totally worth it. So, on to my crochet. So, I had started, this was one that I'd started ages ago, and it was just a corner to corner moss stitch one. And I really, really liked it, but I just didn't like the edge. The edge just looked really, really messy, and I tried, I've taken it off now, I tried to add on a border just to see if it would hide it, and it wouldn't hide it at all. So what I have done is I am undoing it bit by bit, and I am redoing it into one of the corner to corner blankets. So you can see it's just scrap yarn. So what I'm doing is I'm holding 2 strands together. So I don't know if you can see that. At the moment it's onto like a charcoal grey colour. See? Grey. All greyed out. And I'm holding it together with an undyed. Both of them are 4-ply and my merino nylon base, or platinum base. And it's just scraps. So what I'm doing is a magic knot ball, and if I can, I will link how you can do the magic knot ball below, for those that are interested. I think it's great. I can't believe I haven't discovered it before. But yeah, so that's what I'm doing, and I'm just doing the corner to corner using the Bella Coco technique, and it just creates this gorgeous textured pattern. And I've seen that you can put borders around, and that does hide the little bumpy bit around the edge. It's not even too bad on this one, I don't think. But yeah, so I've got some scraps in here. So this grey, and I think you've got some like bright speckles in there as well. That one is from Truly Hooked. I think it was her Trance, I think that's what she called it, Trance colourway. You've got a bit of a charcoal in here, a bit of turmeric, got an orange, which was my goldfish colourway. You've got some silver in there as well. That one is just sea glass, and then it goes back onto another grey. And what I'm doing is anything where I've got scraps that are so tiny it's like 2, maybe 3 grams at a time, I am literally just putting them into a magic knot ball. And what I'll do is I'll wait until I have another colour that goes next to the pink, and do it that way. But yeah, that's all I'm doing, and I've obviously got some more undyed on there. So I haven't got too much yarn to use at the moment, but I do have quite a bit to do, because it's going to be a blanket, and that's not really blanket size yet. Don't know how big I'm going to make it. It may just be one of those like lap gown blankets. It may be big enough to go on my bed. I don't know, I haven't quite decided. So yeah, hopefully that will become a blanket when it's all grown up. So yeah, we'll see. But the other one, so this is my other project bag. So it's Highland Cow, again from Watuka. Just absolutely love this one. I love them both. So what I have started is a Battenberg blanket from the pattern by Sandra at Cherry Heart. And what you do is you get these tiny little granny squares, and again it's in scraps that are bigger than like the 3-4 grams. And yeah, just going to keep making them. Keep making the little granny squares. I haven't made any of the in-between colours, so what I'm going to do is use another undyed skein. It's all merino nylon base, but not necessarily my own yarn, so none of these are mine. They're just gonna hopefully use up some of my stash, because I buy some beautiful colours and then I never use them because I don't know what to use them for. So I've got a few here already, and the undyed colour will go in between. So say for example, you'll have like the undyed in between and then either side of that grey as well, the grey and yellow. Hopefully it'll look lovely. And you never know, I may even sell the blanket. I don't need any more, I've got so many blankets. I just like making them. Oh yeah, and here's my higher crochet hook. I've used this one so much that actually it's gone a little faded here. It's so old, I didn't even realise it was higher, I just knew that I loved using it. And when I discovered higher knitting needles, then I realised that this was a higher crochet hook. But yes, I totally recommend them. So you can see that I've kind of started 3 projects since my last one. 2 of them are crochet, which is really nice to get back to, because I haven't done it in such a long time. It feels good to go back to something I know and I don't really have to think about. It's just a bit enjoyable, but yes, quite like it. So they're my projects that I'm working on at the moment. I've still got more that are needing to be finished. Yeah, we'll get there. We'll get there. So just on to my purchases. Now I'm probably not going to buy everything or something every other week, mainly because I don't have the funds. But yes, so you may have seen in my Instagram stories again, that's where I'm most active, so if you want to contact me, use that. My email, which is bluefernyarns@gmail.com, or I do message on Facebook and I do respond, so any of them really, or Ravelry, whichever you'd like. So you may have seen on my Instagram stories that we are renovating our kitchen. I can't wait, honestly. Oh, it's going to be lovely. And if you're interested, I will do a little tour once it's done at the end of November. So if you want to see a little tour of my kitchen, put a comment in the comment section, and maybe I'll do a podcast in my kitchen, so you can see what that looks like. So yeah, that'd be nice. But what I wanted is, so we've got these massive round wire metal circles which have got some wooden shelves on them. So I'm going to put some plants on them. Obviously I do have a lot of plants, and that is my cat. I don't know if you can hear him. He's quite vocal. Don't know if he's going to come in. Come on. Come on. Oh, you're wet. You've been out, haven't you? Yeah, he's been out. Let's move that so you can get back on your chair. Good boy. I'm not going to pick him up because he's wet. It's not nice. Anyway, so back onto what I bought. So I wanted some artwork for these as well as some plants. So I don't need to buy any more plants. I have quite a few. And I got a free download of like this Monstera cross stitch. Where did I get it from? I got it from Woolwarehouse because I think they've started doing sewing and cross stitch kits and things like that. And I got 2, but I didn't bring the other one with me, so I haven't printed the other one yet. So I've got this Monstera leaf and I've got a banana leaf, and what I've done is I've bought all the colours. They're all just in here, and I have bought some material to sew on. It is massive. I should be able to get both out of this. I'm not going to take it off the ring, but you can see that I've started. So the darker bit here where I've just coloured it in, because I'm not as clever to remember exactly where I've got to. So I have started it. I'm really pleased with it. I love the colours. There is only 3 colours on here. So you've got like the dark green, you've got the almost white, and you've got a lighter green, which will show off sort of the stem of the leaf. Is it the stem? The veins. I think it's the veins. We'll do that. We'll go with that. So like literally in the middle. I don't know if you can see the colour change on that. I'm pretty sure it's okay to share because it is a free download. And I will link it below so you can see that, and I'll link the banana leaf as well. So hopefully it should be about that size, maybe a tiny bit bigger. Well, I think it'll be about that size, which is on an A4 bit of paper, and it'll be really nice once it's finished and I've got another craft that I can do. And it's been years since I've done some cross stitch, so it's really nice to get back to that. So I've had a bit of going back to my roots. So I've done cross stitch and I've done crochet this week and last week, so it's been really nice. I've really enjoyed it. Yeah, and I think that is everything. So the pattern came from Woolwarehouse, as I said, and all the materials came from, pretty sure it's called So Simple, which is a craft store we have here in Taverham, which is right near in the city, or just outside the city centre of Norwich. And it's a really nice craft place. I love going there. Always spend a lot of money when I do go, so I don't go very often. But yes, hopefully I won't go any more often. But they do loads of stuff there. So you've got some commercial yarn. They don't do hand-dyed yarn. You've got a massive fabric section full of gorgeous prints. They've even got a garden centre attached, and they've got a kitchen place. I'm trying to think of the name of it. I only went there like 2 weeks ago and I can't remember the name of it. That's really bad, isn't it? If I find the name, I'll link it all below so you can see it. But it is really nice. But yes, hopefully I will get that done in time for the kitchen. I don't think I will. There is a lot to do, and I've only done half a bit of a leaf. Half of a bit of a leaf? Is that a thing? I don't know. Might be. We're going to go with that. Anyway. So that wraps everything up. The only thing I've got now is my shop update. So if you don't want to find out about my shop update, I won't be offended if you want to stop the video here. But if you do, stay tuned and I will go through everything that's coming to the shop. There's quite a few things. So there's some new colourways of my yarn. There are some new yarn bases as well, and sets that I'm doing. There are some more higher notions, which you may have seen on my Instagram again and Facebook. And also I have restocked all the higher knitting needles with the interchangeable cables and tips, and also the fixed circular needles. So seeing as we're on the higher side of things, I'm going to start with these snips. So I love these are adorable. So this is the octopus snips. I don't know if you can see that very well. They're very cute, and they're so handy. They're just so useful. I have managed to pilfer a few from my stock, so I've now got a pair of snips in every single one of my project bags. I just find them so useful, and they're so small, and also I can if I can find it. I have got, because I put these loops on there for all of my stitch markers and progress keepers, I can actually attach some of these on there as well. So that is what I will be doing if I haven't done it already. But there are snips in every single bag. So they are the octopus ones, and here are the kitty ones. So I'm only stocking the octopus and the kitty ones because they're the ones that I like, and I just think you guys would like them too. And they come in a range of colours, so I've even got them in with my sewing because they're just so handy. And then you've got another green one. So they come in a variety of colours, and I definitely recommend popping some of those in with your project. I don't know if you're like me, you kind of forget about your notions, and then you're always looking for a pair of scissors and you can't remember what project bag you put them in. So yeah, definitely recommend getting some of those. They're really, really handy. The next thing I am going to be bringing to the shop, in fact I'm going to show you actually on my work. So another thing you may have seen on my Instagram is these amazingly cute Panda cable stoppers. So I bought them as a sample for myself, mainly because I needed them. I needed to keep hold of all my Vertices Unite stitches, but I needed the needles for something else. So I went on to High and had a look, and I got these adorable Panda cable stoppers. They're not very big, but they fit all of the interchangeables that I stock. If you use High, you know that you can get them in large sizes or small sizes. The small ranges from 2.5 up until 5mm needles. So this is what they fit. And they've got these, they're holding these, or they're knitting these tiny little socks. And the socks do come in different colours on them. I'm just going to see if I can show it on there. So you've got a purple one. So this is how it will be delivered to you. So you'll have like little packet that it'll come in. You've got like little purple socks on there. And this one's got red socks. You've got blues, you've got greens, you've got teals. But yeah, these are what they are, and I cannot rave about them enough. I think they are the most handy thing you could have. Brilliant, aren't they? They're cute. I like them, and they're so handy that they hold all of your stitches, or they'll stop your stitches from sliding off the cable. And yeah, totally recommend them. So then onto my yarn. Now I've got a few things here. I've got a bit of a box here, so we're going to go through it. I have found 2 sets of the Ocean minis in DK. So you're going to get 2 of those, where you get a set of 5 mini skeins of 20 grams. So you've got 100 grams there in total, but they come across 5 different colours. So I've got 2 sets of those going live on Monday's update. I didn't tell you the update date. So it goes live on Monday that's coming, and that is the 19th, so tomorrow at 7 PM. But yeah, so you've got those that will be going to the shop. You've got this gorgeous dark green and purples, so it's a one of a kind. I was not paying attention to my measurements, unfortunately, when I was trying to dye up some more Wisteria, and it went a little bit too dark, so it's just going to be night Wisteria. It's a one of a kind. It is not going to be restocked, but if you like that, you will have to be quite quick, because I think that might go quite quickly. And I've got only 3 skeins of that. I have got this one, which is just turned leaves. So it starts off one end with a really dark red. I don't know if it's not really showing. There we go. It's a dark red, and then the other end is like this dark maple orange, and it fades to the middle. So that is another 3 skeins that will be going live on the shop. I have got, where is it? Can't find it. So I'll show you in the set. I have got a couple of 100-gram skeins of this iridescent colourway, which is now one of my very favourites. So you've got pink, purple, blue, teal and green speckles. And what I'm also doing is I'm now creating sock sets. So you get a 50-gram skein and a 20-gram mini, and you can make a pair of socks out of them. And I've also got another sock set with another colourway, which is my Jolly Holly. So it's my first Christmas colour. So you've got Jolly Holly and you get a red 20-gram mini that goes with it. So it's this gorgeous dark green and you've got loads of red speckles to kind of mimic berries. So yes, sock sets are slowly going to be stocked in my shop. But yes, so they're coming. I've also got 100 grams of Jolly Holly. You can see that there. And it's also stocked across my different bases. So there is Lush Laced, which is super, super soft. So it's 80% fine merino and 20% silk. And you can see that the different yarns pick up the dyes in different ways. So the green isn't as dark on the Lush Lace, but it's still just as gorgeous, I think. And the reds again, so they're really, really dark on the platinum base, but they're not as dark on the Lush Lace. I've also got, sorry, I'm not doing this in a really good order, but Lush Lace for iridescent. I just love that. Love it, love it, love it. Again, that's Lush Lace, and you actually get 1200 meters per 100 grams, and this is 100 grams just here. So you've got a lot to work with. This is another one of a kind, and it's called Into the Woods. So that is coming live. There's only 2 on DK Platinum and 2 on 4-ply Platinum. And the other thing I'm going to introduce is my newest base, which is Fluff. And this is it. It's so gorgeous. So it's Fluff is the base name, and it is 74% alpaca and 26% silk. So it just, oh, it will create a gorgeous, gorgeous halo on your work. And if you hold it double with either 4-ply or DK, it will just give such a gorgeous effect on your works. So that's iridescent. It's also on Jolly Holly. So just gorgeous. And again, you can see that the colours do pick up very, very differently. So they're a little bit lighter again than the platinum base. And the speckles aren't as defined, but I think in your work that will look absolutely stunning. I can't rave this one enough, and it is so soft. And again, you've got some concrete, so there's not too much fluff lace yet, but I will be adding that to all my colourways bit by bit. And that is everything. So I did mention that there is quite a bit of an update, a shop update that's happening on Monday at 7 PM tomorrow, and hope to see you there. I haven't got anything else, so I think I'll leave you, and I will see you next time, hopefully. Take care.